The subconscious does not care what you want. It only cares what you do. Every time you delay action out of laziness, it registers. The owner prioritizes comfort over growth. Every time you reject an opportunity out of fear, it records. The owner values safety over potential. And each of those registrations becomes an invisible pattern you'll continue to live by unless you dare to act differently. You may say you want financial freedom, but if every time you have money you spend it all, then your subconscious understands that you're not truly ready to master money. You just enjoy the fleeting sensation. You may say you want to live an excellent life, but if every morning you choose to snooze instead of getting up to train, then inside your operating system you are affirming, comfort is more important than growth. Now, these kinds of decisions, repeated again and again, become a silent manifesto. Who you are, what you believe, and what you believe you deserve. Don't think the subconscious only records the monumental events. No. It is particularly sensitive to what appears trivial. It's the daily choices, what you read, what you say, how you react, how you handle conflict that serve as core instructions the subconscious uses to recreate your life. A person who chooses patience when insulted is sending a command, I am in control of myself. A person who chooses responsibility over blame is sending a signal, I am the creator of outcome. And these messages, once deeply rooted in the subconscious, will automatically become behavioral reflexes. That's how you become consistent. That's how you transform yourself into a powerful being. Someone once asked me, why is it that I've read so many books and listened to so many motivational talks, yet my life hasn't changed? The answer is simple. You've absorbed the knowledge, but you haven't changed your decision-making system. You still choose by old habits. You still let emotions control your choices. You still fear every time you must do something different, and so your subconscious still runs on the old version, regardless of how much new knowledge you've acquired. The subconscious does not change simply because you've learned something new. It only changes when you act differently. And acting differently is the only way to issue a new command to the inside. Every new decision is an expression of a new mindset. And if you stay committed to that mindset long enough, the subconscious will start to register. The owner is changing direction. The owner is ready to live differently. At that point, it will start adjusting your emotions, your reflexes, and even your intuition to match the new path. You cannot wish for a different reality while making the same decisions. All transformation begins the moment you choose differently. And you don't need to change everything at once. You just need to change one choice each day. But do it consciously. When you choose to go for a walk instead of lying around scrolling your phone, the subconscious registers that you're choosing health over despair. When you decide to speak the truth, even when it's difficult, it understands that you're choosing integrity over approval. When you decide to do the right thing, even when no one is watching, it understands that you're building inner strength, not for recognition. And the miraculous part is, you don't need to force yourself to memorize all the rules. Once the right decisions are repeated long enough, they will become a new subconscious structure. You won't have to strain to choose discipline. It will become instinct. You won't have to wrestle internally to say no to harmful things, because your subconscious will have become a powerful gatekeeper. That's when life becomes lighter, not because things are easier, but because you've become a stronger version of yourself. Do not underestimate the small decisions you make when no one is watching. It's in those moments that you are truly declaring to your subconscious who you are when no performance is required. And it is from those decisions that you reshape the level of value you allow life to give you. The subconscious does not distribute rewards based on what you dream of. It only responds to what you consistently choose. You can start today. No need to wait for the perfect day. No need for some grand turning point. You just need to begin choosing again. With awareness, with courage, and with honesty to yourself. Choose action instead of complaint. Choose building instead of delay. Choose steadiness instead of wavering. Every choice you make is a brick in the construction of your new self. And if you build long enough, with enough persistence, there will come a day when you look back and no longer recognize your former self, because you have truly become someone new from the inside out. Every decision is a living commitment, and each of those commitments, though silent, is being recorded and reflected back in the life you are living. Do you want a different life? Start by making decisions like a different person. No need for approval, no need for praise. All that matters is that you know this is what you are choosing to shape yourself into. And the subconscious, like a loyal machine, will follow whatever you declare through action, not through words. In life, the greatest enemy of action is not laziness, but hesitation. People don't slow down because they lack energy. They slow down because they lack a clear decision. Hesitation is born from doubt, and doubt is the smoldering fire that burns down every dream before it has a chance to take form. You don't need 10 perfect plans. You only need one right decision. Decisive, strong, unwavering. That very decision will silence the voice of doubt in your head and activate a source of energy you've never seen before. There's one thing I'm certain of. Anyone who has achieved something extraordinary shares one trait. They make decisions very quickly and rarely change their minds. In contrast, those who remain stuck in place tend to overthink everything, wait for the perfect conditions, seek everyone's opinion, and analyze themselves into paralysis. They think they're being careful, but in truth, they're postponing their own lives because they haven't understood a simple truth. Decision is the first action of a leader of oneself. Every time you make a decision, you eliminate excess possibilities and concentrate your entire mind on one direction. Energy begins to shift. Ambiguity starts to dissolve. The subconscious receives a new signal, action, and it begins to mobilize all your inner resources, emotions, intuition, perseverance, to serve the chosen goal. On the other hand, when you hesitate, the subconscious doesn't know what's important, and it keeps you stuck in a limbo state, a place of no results, only exhaustion. Have you ever felt this? You think endlessly about something. Should I or shouldn't I? Do it or don't do it? And your mind feels drained even though you haven't taken a single step. That is the hidden cost of indecision. It doesn't just steal your time. It stills your sharpness. It disconnects you from your original conviction. It wears down your passion. And eventually, the thing you once deeply desired becomes an old story never even started. On the other hand, there are moments when you decide instantly, from a deep inner knowing. And even though the path isn't clear, you move forward. And precisely because you move, everything starts to become clear. That's the power of decision. It doesn't wait for everything to be perfect before it begins. It creates clarity through